G'day everyone, it's Dean Meyer speaking from Tree Effects. I hope you're all well. So something that you guys might not know is that the tree industry is a completely unregulated industry. So what that means is that basically anybody that goes down to your local hardware store and buys a chainsaw and a ladder can call themselves a tree cutter or a tree lopper and carry out work at your property. So I wanted to do a video about how best to engage with a trusted and reliable, preferably arborist. Now, if you've got some tree work at your property, you need to contact some people about getting quotes, just as you would about getting any work done at your place. But a few things that you really need to be asking these people. First thing is, do your homework. So have a look to see whether this person that you're inviting around to your house to look at your trees and provide you a quote, have a look if they've got a website, if they've got an ABN, and are they a registered company. So once you've done a little bit of homework and you've read a little bit about them, you can then give them a call, organise a time for them to come around and have a look at your trees. But some of the things that you still need to be asking are, do you have insurance? Now, it's a simple question and you'll get a simple answer, and it probably will be yes. Don't be afraid to ask to see a copy of their certificate of currency. I've been quoting tree jobs on and off for about 15 years, and in that amount of time, I think I've probably had between 10 and 20 people ask me if I have insurance and then actually ask to see it. So don't be afraid to ask. If a company has insurance, they will have a certificate and they should be able to make it readily available to you. At Tree Effects, we send every written quote out with a copy of our certificate of currency attached. It's just a system and a policy that we have. So have a look to see if they've got any documented reviews. So this day and age, it's so easy to jump on the internet, have a look at Google, have a look at their Google page, and have a look to see if there's anybody else has had a good or bad experience with this person, or this company. Now, we collect reviews, we collect feedback to improve our services. Now, at the moment, we have 117 Google reviews that anybody can find, and they're all 5-star. Now, that gives you some confidence that you're engaging with somebody that provides a consistently high standard of work. If you look at somebody's reviews and they have a few, or they're poor, or they have comments that are really negative, then you start to get a bit nervous about possibly engaging with those people. Now, price is always a factor, but just be wary that cheap is not always good. And, when you start to do your homework, it's the same as everything. You get what you pay for. Everything in life, whether it's a trade, a service, a product, you get what you pay for. Now, get a written quote. So ask for a written quote, not just a scribbled bit of, a number on the back of a card. Get a written quote. That way that you can hold that company accountable to do what they've stated they're going to do in writing. Make sure that the cost is in your quote, and make sure that it's either got GST or not, and that's clearly mentioned in your quote. It's either GST inclusive or exclusive, and that should be written. Ask whether the company you're engaging to do your trees are qualified arborists. Now, again, there should be certificates. You would never invite an electrician around to your property to get him to rewire your house without seeing some sort of certification that's been done properly. Now, the same goes for arborists. Now, you might say to me, well, why would I need an arborist to remove my tree? Anyone can do it. The fact is that arborists have had up 2 or more years of training in all aspects of tree work to do the job that they do. Now, tree removal, at the end of the job, if it's been done right, there won't be anything left, maybe a stump, and then you can engage them to do the stump removal. But the reason why you would preferably use an arborist to do your tree removal work is that those people have been trained in all aspects of tree climbing, safe rigging, which is attaching ropes and lowering devices and safely lowering branches that are potentially close to your house down to the ground and doing the work in a controlled fashion. After all, you're engaging people to work at what is likely the most valuable asset in your life, being your house. So why would you take any risks? And they've also, as arborists, been trained in aerial rescue. So if something goes wrong with the climber in a tree, the other people on that work site should be able to get up and rescue that person. By the time somebody rings an ambulance or the police or the fire brigade, that person is likely going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So the people on the site should be trained, whether they're in the tree or on the ground, they should be trained to assist an injured or hurt climber. There's some of the reasons why you would like to engage an arborist to do tree removals. In regards to pruning, well, there's a whole list of reasons why you would like to engage an arborist. You know, some of being that the arborists know about your trees, they know about the specific species, they know how a tree is going to react to the pruning, they know where to carry out certain cuts. And some of the reasons are that what you might think is a really fantastic pruning job, at the end of that day when the pruning's been done, in 3 months' time, might look terrible. In 6 months' time, it could be dangerous, and in a year or 12 months, in a year or 2 years or whatever, you know, the reason that you've pruned your tree, the reasons that you were trying to, the outcomes that you were trying to achieve might actually have ended up being the reverse. Poorly attached, vigorous regrowth, and a whole lot of other things that the arborist will know about. So when you're engaging people to come and do the tree work around your house, make sure to do your homework. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to look for reviews, ask for their certificates, and hopefully that way your hard-earned money will be well spent and that the outcome that you are hoping for will be attained by that company that you've engaged. So I hope some of those points are helpful. I hope that you can go and find yourself a good, trusted arborist to do the work. And another thing is, ask your friends and family. Do they know someone, and have they had a good experience? Because if they have, you're likely heading down the right track of finding a good quality arborist that you can use for your job and in years to come. So hope that helps. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.